Nisreen Abu Abada faced dire conditions when she recently gave birth amid Israel's onslaught on Gaza. Displaced from the north, she now resides in a tent in Rafah. Her newborn son Ahmed, just a few hours old, will spend the beginning of his life in harrowing conditions.
Despite the joy of welcoming this baby, I never envisioned it happening under these difficult circumstances. We were ill-prepared, lacking clothing, milk and basic necessities. I'm uncertain how we will cope with the harsh conditions in the tent. Even basic amenities like bathrooms are unavailable, and the overall health conditions are far from ideal.
Mustafa had to flee with two children while carrying her unborn child, making the journey multiple times before reaching the hospital on a donkey cart. Now, after her surgery, she faces the prospect of returning to a tent, provided she survives the complications.
Our residential area was targeted by bombings. We were compelled to seek refuge in schools, constantly moving from one school to another, living in perpetual fear, until we eventually reached Rafah. During our displacement, we received the heartbreaking news of my brother's death, and we were left unaware of the whereabouts. His name was Mustafa, and I named my son after him.
The UN reports that in Gaza, 50,000 pregnant women remain at risk of inadequate care in case of complications due to limited hospital access. Israel's military actions in Gaza have led to a 300% increase in miscarriages, severely impacting the health and well-being of Palestinian women.
In the past, we used to handle 2 to 4 cases of miscarriage or premature birth daily. Nowadays, we are faced with 25 to 30 cases daily, particularly premature birth occurring before the 36-week mark of pregnancy. These newborns are delivered and transferred to neonatal units, but tragically, over 85% of them do not survive due to the prevailing conditions.
The enclave is witnessing a surge in preterm births, abortions, and a troubling increase in neonatal deaths and sepsis cases. In Gaza, every life is threatened by the relentless toll of this conflict. The grim realities of bombardment, disease, and starvation mean that here, even unborn children and the young are sentenced to death. Nizar, Sadawi, TRT World, Rafah, southern Gaza.